uncharted territories because we've never really had a situation where this was becoming such a flashpoint that basically an individual decision was really being used to determine whether someone could keep earning a paycheck or not. And so we really had to make sure that we were doing it right. And I know they had a lot of differences of opinion within their respective caucuses. But I'm proud to say we're going to do something in this special session that matters. We're going to do something in this special session that is going to put people's minds at ease. It's going to save their jobs. Every time I'm out, someone will come up to me concerned about a looming deadline of when they could potentially get a pink slip. And first of all, it's wrong if they were to get the pink slip, but even leading up to that, it's caused a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of uncertainty with a lot of families about what's going on. And at the end of the day, we want people to be able to make informed decisions for themselves. But we've got to stop bossing people around. We've got to stop the coercion. We've got to stop trying to browbeat people. From the very beginning, we said, let's not put people down, let's lift people up. And so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be saving a lot of jobs in the state of Florida. We're going to be striking a blow for freedom. We're going to be standing up against the Biden mandates, and we're going to be better as a result of it. I also asked them, while you're at it, let's make sure we put all the issues we can to bed for some of the things that we've been doing. And we've been having these fights. Unfortunately, it used to be parents were in control of their kids' health, education, and upbringing. That would not have even been controversial even 10 years ago. Now you have some folks that say parents shouldn't be involved in their kids' education, and it's really the government and unions and all this that should be. We passed the Parents' Bill of Rights in the state of Florida this year that I signed into law, and it was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do, and it basically said that parents should be making some of these decisions. And so we made sure that for schools that was the case. And we had some school districts that said they didn't care about the Parents' Bill of Rights. They were going to force masking, or they were going to quarantine healthy kids, or do things that are not consistent with parents' rights. And so what we're going to do in this special session is we're strengthening the Parents' Bill of Rights. We're making clear that you can't force the kids to wear masks above the parents' objection. And if you do that, it's not going to be the Department of Education taking the salaries and all this kabuki that's been going on. Parents will have a right to go in and sue the school districts and recover costs and attorney's fees for having to do it. So if your kids' rights are violated, or your rights as a parent, you immediately go in and you're able to vindicate. And so I guarantee you, with having that type of teeth in the Parents' Bill of Rights, you're going to have everyone get in line. Oh, they're almost all in the line now because we've been winning all these cases. It was interesting. There was one circuit judge that ruled against us. It was a terrible decision. Everyone knew that. But that was like national news. And we've had a flurry of cases where we win all these other cases. You would be hard-pressed to even know those cases are being rendered. Not as much interest, in certain quarters, particularly of the corporate media, about those cases. But we won yet another one last week, and we have some other ones that are going to be coming down. So even with that, we've been right, but it shouldn't even come to having to do all this. It should just be very clear. So the legislature is going to make that clear, and I think that that's something that's very important. And also with respect to kids, we have it in the law, clear, we think, but we don't want to even have any litigation or anything. So it will be made even more abundantly clear that when it comes to COVID vaccines for kids, they cannot be mandated on our school children. That's a parent's decision about whether they want to do that or not. So I'm excited. I think that we're going to really, Florida really will be leading. I think that you've seen, I think Montana did this a few months ago, and I think Tennessee recently did something. Florida's coming in, and really this is going to save the day for a lot of workers. I don't want to see some nurse get thrown out of their job, having worked throughout the whole pandemic, having cared for COVID patients, and most of these nurses have had COVID and do have immunity, to just throw them out of their jobs all of a sudden now. That's not right. And so we want to treat people with respect. We want to make sure people have dignity in Florida, and that's what we're doing here.
Have you noticed that as everything around you seems to decline, one thing still grows? It is the power of your rulers. None of their plans and directives have solved your problems or made your life better. The only result has been their increased control over you at the cost of your freedom. Do you know why? You gave them the power.